Welcome, bounty hunters and Star Wars fans alike. We are all Fetts are off, your only Star Wars talk show in Miami and San Antonio at the same time. Brian, how are you?
Your charismatic Carillion is excellent.
And your Tuscan toast is awesome. I am Jason, and this is Brian, my cousin. He is the subject matter expert of all things Star Wars, and I am your casual skeptic.
Nah. You're too kind. You're too kind.
Well, you know, I just get kind of tipped off by the stuff you kind of have in the background over there, you know?
Oh, okay.
But
things I picked up.
Yeah, just a few things I've picked up, but it's looking pretty good, man. So, well, tell me, dude, have you added to your collection at all? I'm looking around. Have you added anything lately?
Okay, so maybe I did a pre-order.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Maybe.
Okay. What'd you pre-order?
Maybe I did a pre-order for something that could be going on the 31st. Maybe.
Oh.
Maybe. I didn't. You know, maybe there's a little something coming up on the 31st. Video release that some peeps might be wanting to go get. Star Wars peeps in particular might be wanting to go get. Maybe a small release.
Yeah.
Nothing huge. Just maybe the Rise of Skywalker might be released on the 31st.
Maybe the Rise of Skywalker. Maybe.
Now, you know, for everyone out there in digital land, for everybody out there doing the voodoo thing and doing the Apple thing, and I don't know what else is there. What other just digital mediums in general?
Roku, Disney
That's
Plus.
On the 17th. That's next week on the 17th.
Is it on Disney Plus as well?
You know, I don't know.
How do you not know this, Brian? Look at your room. How do you not know this?
Oh, come on. I at least had the digital date. Come on, now you're gonna have to give me a little flexibility here. Some of us are still figuring out Disney Plus. I know Clone Wars is on Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah, Clone Wars is on Disney Plus.
Clone Wars is on Disney Plus.
That's very detailed of you. I'm glad you were able to figure that out because none of us really knew that.
Oh, okay.
Anyways, man. Hey, we had a really good show last week. I think we had a really good show. I had a great time with it. What about you?
I think we had a good show. We had some decent stuff that we spun up on. We talked a little bit about Battlefront 2 and some of the DLC that was going on.
Oh yeah, man. We went over High Republic. We went over Clone Wars final season, episode 2. We went over the new merchandising contract with Hasbro. Dug a little bit into the history.
Hasbro re-upped their contract with Disney to sell some more stuff.
Right. Of course, and that's all about the business right there. All about the money. And of course the Palpatine being revealed to be a clone in the novelization.
Wow.
And what was really cool about that subject, and what we talked a little bit about, was the vast universe and the possibilities of the novelizations and what you can do with the story. And I think that was really cool how we really delved into it. And the fun thing about doing this show that we get to do all the time is we just speculate. We speculate, we hope, and that's really what this is all about. We have so much material that we can speculate on, and we got some great topics too. And Brian, I don't know if you've noticed this, but if you look right underneath us, we now have a little.
We have a new graphic.
We have a new graphic. Look at that! Yeah, you can actually see what the hell we're going to talk about.
I love new graphics. I love new graphics. I get excited about new graphics.
Dude, this is technology, man. It's the 21st century. Look at us. We're old men with money and that pays taxes, and we can do stuff like this now. It's great.
Well, you got the old man part right. I don't know about the money part. Yeah.
Well, money that we can spend on whatever we want, which is great. So,
to a degree, within reason. Let's we got to keep it to earth a little bit here.
I don't know. I may have just dropped $100+ on the Final Fantasy VII remake, just because I was feeling saucy. But anyways, that's for another one of my streams.
I guess it's not any more eccentric than doing a pre-order on the Saga edition.
Oh man, dude! So tell me about this. I know we talked about it a couple shows ago, but what's going to be in this big box set? I'm really excited to see.
Okay, well, first of all, it's a box.
Oh my god, it's a box.
Hey, if you're a Star Wars dude, you always get excited about a box.
Okay, well, I mean, is it a metal box, a cardboard box? Is this a
It's
special
gonna be
box? Pandora's box?
it's gonna be a very nice. It's got the Death Star on the front. The videos, of course, will slide out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's gonna have episodes 1 through 9 on 4K and Blu-ray.
Okay.
It will have bonus discs for each, so we're already talking 18 discs. You have a 350-page. That's just guessing. You know, it could be more. It could be 1,000 pages. But hey, you know,
book thing.
Oh no, not just a booklet. This is going to be like a full-out art book. It's going to have all the renderings from Ralph McQuarrie, plus everyone that worked on the storyboards for episodes 1 through 3 and 7 through 9. So you're gonna have all.
Where are you gonna go pick that one up on 31st? At Best Buy?
Yeah, you know, let's just do a shameless plug right now. Yeah, I'm gonna go get it at Best Buy.
Okay, you're gonna
shameless plug at Best Buy.
Well, that's good. I mean, we're gonna have fun on the 31st. I mean, for those of us who are following and have picked up our show on YouTube afterwards, we have a big event on the 31st, and we'll talk about more at the end because I think we tend to get a little bit more excited after we talked about other things, and we'll go more into that. What we've talked about, what's gonna all happen. I mean, it's gonna be a long day of events. It's gonna be really fun, and I just can't wait. I mean, eating for some of us. And eating. I'm gonna
go into more of that too.
I'm gonna pig out. I ran 6.5 miles in the last 2 days because I'm preparing for my final PFT ever in the Marine Corps, and then I am gonna eat the hell out of a bunch of chicken nuggies and a bunch of other crap. It's gonna be glorious, and I may end up having diabetes afterwards.
So you're serious with this stuff? Like you're training for this?
I'm training, dude. Look at me. I wear hoodies every time we have this show. I am constantly always training. I'm always training. I'm training for the chicken nugget challenge, baby.
Do you get visions of Mickey while you're training?
No, I get visions of Baby
Yoda. Back into tomorrow, Rock.
Oh man, I hope I'm going to try to bring this up later on in this show, but there's this really, really funny Yoda video that I saw on iFunny, and I hope I can bring it up. It's going to make you cringe, but it's really funny. But we'll talk about that later. I mean, we have a big show today. I mean, it's really funny because we were talking yesterday. And you were saying, God, I'm having like some writer's block. I'm having a kind of a hard time, trying to figure out what we're going to talk about. And we throw 1 to 5 subjects, right? And we just run with it.
Yeah.
I mean, we could fill up easily 4 hours of material, not straight about the topic, but we will go off on tangents. So we're never, ever, ever going to have problems with topics.
For everyone out there, I try and stick to the list, but we have a certain Tuscan Raider host over here that will just take it to another level. So I mean, I just got to run with him. But I try and stick to the program.
Okay, we'll try and fail miserably today.
Yeah, we'll fail miserably.
But that's okay because that's what makes it fun and that's what makes it great. But what I want to talk about right now is everybody sees our subjects now that they can see it down there. They can follow what we're talking about. And we're gonna go with number 1, which is Lucasfilm is said to be developing 14 movies. 14. That's 4 movies.
14.
That's a lot of movies.
Not 3. Not 6. Not 12, but 14 films.
14 films in development. Now, when we say
I can't even get my head around that. I mean,
I can't even count that high.
They're trying to marvel. Really?
I only have 10 fingies.
That's gonna. You got your feet, man. You can use your feet.
I can't see my feet. I got shoes on. How am I supposed to look through those things?
But I think they're trying to marvel this sucker. I can't. I mean, that's really all I. Think 14 movies. They're trying to marvel this sucker, man.
Well, I mean,
I guarantee you, it's going to start with 14. And it's going to turn into 22.
well, that wouldn't be such a bad thing. I mean, I enjoyed the Marvel universe. I don't really,
Oh, I did.
I really don't know how to take it after Infinity War and then Endgame, but and what's going to happen afterwards. But I mean, okay, trying to Marvel it's hard. It's really hard because I mean, you have to go all the way back to 1977, right? And then you have to kind of start from there. I mean, it's kind of difficult to do it exactly the way they did it, but you can take the universe and the lore and mythology of it, and you can spin it off. Now, this old Republic, High Republic type of storyline, that's a great start. I mean, I think it's a great start, and if they take that and they run with that, I mean, hell, you can make you can make as many movies as you want.
The High Republic stuff, that gives you just, I mean, that could be 14 movies by itself.
It really could. It really could.
It really could. Because, one, it's untouched. Untouched meaning unexplored.
Right.
So the closest we got to it was all the Knights of the Old Republic stuff on Xbox and the comics and novels in the expanded universe, which is no longer canon, of course.
Right.
So, I mean, technically...
It's Legends now. It's called Legends.
Technically, for Disney's purposes, it's an untouched universe, and they've got that whole creative team going in there, looking at, I mean, making storyboards for the novels. I think I think I even saw something that it could get the video game treatment along with what they're going to do, children's books, novels, and comics wise. It could get VR video game treatment not too far after that stuff.
Yeah, and that's super fun. You know, I haven't really had a chance to really try a whole lot of VR. I really don't know why. I mean, it's still kind of expensive. It's still a bit cumbersome because of all of the equipment you have to buy. But
hey, Tuscan, if I'm seeing it right, I think we got a little action in the chat. What I think someone blipped up something there real quick.
Oh, the Dark Knight 66.
Oh, the Dark Knight.
They want Revan. Oh,
who wouldn't want Revan?
I want Darth Jar Jar.
Oh, you did it. You've got to be kidding me.
What the Misa saying?
It was going to come up at least once.
We've had 4 of these already. This is the 4th one.
I know. Why not let it come up in the first 15 minutes?
Are we gonna get through one show without Jar Jar?
No.
One show.
No. It's in my contract.
Yeah.
And when I say contract, I mean the text message I sent you when I said, "Hey, let's do a Star Wars podcast."
Look.
Man.
Again. We got more action from the Dark Knight.
And the darkness is justice for Jar Jar. You see, I'm not the only one. I'm getting a little bit of love here.
Justice
right?
for Jar Jar?
Is
he going to make a hashtag with that? Is he going to make... Are we going to make a hashtag with that?
Oh,
I don't...
Justice for
I'm not...
Jar Jar. Oh my God, dude, we have so much that we
don't
can run with.
Don't get that head of yours cooking.
Oh
don't
God.
do it.
We're
not doing any Jar Jar events.
I'm gonna put
on off Fetts Raw.
I'm gonna put that on a T-shirt while I'm eating all the chicky nuggies with a little baby Yoda next to me. This is getting good, man. I'm telling you, this is getting great. If I can get it on a poster and I can put it right back there, oh man, that would be so awesome. Oh God, now we're talking. Thank you, Dark Knight 66. This is so.
I want to know. I want to know how George Lucas, when he was doing all the concepts for Episode 1, I mean, he just finished the special editions, and then 1997, 98, he's sitting with his genius that we all know him to have, and he somehow comes up with Gungans.
All right, so let's think about this. Right?
But we're way off here. We're going on a tangent again.
Yeah, but because I mean we're still kind of in the realm of the 14 movies, right? Jar Jar goes to Paris. Jar Jar's Great Adventure.
Stop right now. I'm not going to have a segment
Christmas,
of movies on Gungans. It's not going to happen.
Jar Jar's Christmas Vacation. Come on, man. I mean, we have to think about the possibilities here, dude. I mean, but if we want to look at it from a realistic artistic standpoint, right? Let's do that. Let's go back to the mid-90s, right? Let's go back to where George Lucas was saying, hey, you know what? I think the technology is out there. We just did Jurassic Park, right? Industrial Light and Magic just did Jurassic Park. I think that we can finish the Star Wars, the second Star Wars trilogy, right? The prequels. So they're going back and they're looking at storyboards and they're looking at story, right? I'm sure George Lucas over the years, thought in his head, well, how would I tell this story if I could tell this story, right? Well, who's going to be your comic relief now? You really don't have C-3PO. You could have, but, now you have this goofy little Gungan guy. But not only do you have this goofy little Gungan guy, right? You have the ability to showcase what CG can do. What can CG really, really, really do, right? With
Gungan and Jar Jar is the top notch of CG, then we're in real trouble.
It's not the top notch of
CG.
This was the 90s. I was still in high school at the time, man. This was a lifetime ago. But think about it, because you have this anthropomorphic thing, right? Which is Jar Jar Binks, right?
I'll give it that.
With weird eyes
thing.
and the big bill, right? And it's weird. It's a weird character, right? And he walks with I don't know if it's a limp or like a stanky leg. I don't know what he's walking with, right? But it's a
walking platypus that acts like JJ. That's what it is.
It's a walking platypus. All right, cool. We'll call it a walking platypus that doesn't know how to speak well, but neither did Yoda. And you're trying to keep it within the I guess the spirit of all of your Star Wars characters. And I really think that Jar Jar is your only option. The result is your only option. He was hated after episode 1. We know this. Everybody hated this guy. I know you did. But I tell you what, I will be the first one to put a giant life-size Jar Jar statue right behind me. That will be the first Star Wars thing, other than that lightsaber that I have over there.
That's great.
Right there in my house, and it'll be fantastic.
I'm gonna go somewhere, and I'm gonna try and find you a Jar Jar cutout for you to have over there. Then
you know what, Brian? You will be my favorite cousin if you do that. Only cousin? I don't know.
You know what? As part of this 14 film mosaic that they're working on right now in Lucasfilm, why not just go ahead and add, and dare I say it, Gungans and Ewoks in love?
Well, because I know you weren't. Oh, okay.
Why not?
It was a forbidden love.
No, exactly. Gungans and Ewoks in love, episode 1, the love that dare not speak its name.
Oh my God, how poetic! Why can't we send this stuff over to Lucasfilm? They would go with it. It would be great for kids. It'd be fantastic. They love it. I think. I don't know. I don't have kids, but but it would be fantastic. Oh my God, you're getting me so excited. Okay, we're gonna stop. But I wanted to really talk about. I really wanted to talk about how important this character, as much as everybody hated him, and his way of speaking, and his role in the film, right?
He was so articulate.
Right, and I really wanted to talk about the importance of this character, right? I'm just not talking about for Star Wars. I'm talking about for filmmaking in general. And let's not remember that it was his vote, and it was his legislative action that
ruined the galaxy.
That formed the Empire. It's all Jar Jar Binks. We can boil everything down that we have seen in the last decade to Jar Jar Binks.
The only action he took that I'm in approval of.
There you go. That's great. So,
or that I liked.
So, long story short, you can do a lot with 14 movies. You can do a lot with 14 movies. You can do a lot. And I spoke about this earlier. Is I so want to see a Sith point of view, right? And a Sith story. Right? We've seen the tragedy of Darth Vader. Okay, but man, we could really, really, really go into this, right?
Oh yeah, Sith temples, Sith holocrons,
where the Sith even came from,
Sith rituals. I mean,
what it's about.
There's a whole bunch of stuff there that we have yet to see. And knowing that they're working on that flick with J.D. Dillard on Exegol, I mean that I'm pretty sure this fits into the 14 film project that they're discussing. I'm pretty sure that fits somewhere into that timeline somewhere.
Right. And we were talking. I was talking about Sith Eternal, and you were talking about the weird dark hooded guys. Like there's truly, the creepy hoodie guys,
creepy hoodie dudes.
Then I'm a huge.
I don't know.
Huge
I don't know any creepy hoodie dudes.
No, you don't. Not personally, you don't, but you will soon. But
hey, I think we got another user that chimed in.
Oh yeah, so we have TX Utah. Oh, they like the rolling banner.
Okay.
I wonder who came up with that idea.
I wonder who.
It was a great idea, and it looks like it's working pretty well. You see a little movement other than me doing my weird arm flailing type things. So it's good stuff.
Sounds.
And everybody can follow what we're talking about. So
I like that.
Which is really good. We spent some time. We spent a good amount of time talking about the 14 films, and now we talked about and Jar Jar. Let's not forget about Jar Jar.
We didn't leave him out.
All hail Jar Jar. The High Republic. We talked about that last time. We talked about it last time. Now it may be actually getting the VR treatment.
Yep.
That may be a thing now.
Word on the street is that in addition to the books and literature universe that they're setting up for the High Republic, is that software companies, in particular software companies that work close with Sony, are looking at doing a VR video game to work with Sony's PlayStation VR system.
Yeah, this is...
There's already been some Star Wars VR attempts, like on the Oculus.
Mm-hmm.
That's been done. We saw back in the days of the 360, there was Star Wars Connect. So there's been some Star Wars stuff out there that has attempted to bridge that interactive format along with the game, not just sitting there with the controller. There have been some titles that have explored that medium. But doing it from a High Republic standpoint, now we're talking lightsabers all over the place, so that'd be really cool.
Yeah, it would be really cool. And what I have seen, and I stated earlier that I haven't had a whole lot of time to, or a chance to really try out the VR and anything that Star Wars does. I think that it's a great opportunity to kind of really explore, right? Not just using one lightsaber, but the different types of lightsabers now. Because you had the dual wielding lightsaber that, of course, Darth Maul is famous for, and then you have different things. I don't know if you saw that. Did I show you that Bruce Lee video where he was using nunchucks and they were actually lightsabers? That's really cool. That's something that you could do. And I think I'm not too sure
about the physics on that.
Well, it was. Dude, it wasn't even supposed to have lightsabers. It was an nunchuck. But think about it. You worried about the physics? You worried about the physics in Star Wars? You're having
Hold on. Why wouldn't I worry about the
coming out of a big metal thing? You're talking about the physics of this?
Here we go. Why wouldn't I worry about physics on lightsaber nunchucks? You're here, you're doing your thing, and you slice off an arm. Come on.
Yeah. It would. Okay, look. I know you don't know about the physics, but something like that would be really cool. But that the Dark Knight 66, they got some input here. They're talking about. Well, I know they were. I think their comments, on our last segment, the spin-off movies, solo movies. Let's see a Sith movie. Okay, so the Dark Knight 66 is in agreement with me.
On two fronts.
a soldier movie. Saving Private Ryan type Star Wars movie. Now we
now that would be sweet, like from stormtroopers or a rebel perspective.
Right.
Yeah.
We've mentioned
that
this.
Would be pretty sweet.
We've really mentioned this before. I know we're going to go back to this other segment, but that's okay. It's our show. We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, that's fine. No, we can do whatever we want.
I'm the producer.
Co-producer.
I think co-producer, correct? Co-producer. But I think you now have the ability to take different types of stories, right? And it doesn't have to just be telling of a tragedy like what they did with Darth Vader and then the consequences of what happens after that tragedy. But you can explore different types of storytelling, and you can use a clone trooper. You can use just a regular stormtrooper that's been recruited.
Clone
You can
regiment.
tell
You
stories,
can talk about the
or
501st.
oh yeah, you can talk about the 501st, a whole regiment. And this is great because when I talk about changing, right, your type of storytelling, I have to go back to a Marvel movie, which is the Captain America Winter Soldier movie. So
Mm-hmm.
think about it for a second and what type of movie it was. It was more of one of these, Jason Bourne type espionage, secret squirrel type stuff going
Oh
on in there,
yeah,
and you,
definitely.
you really don't know what's like who's rotten and who's not, and who's on your side and who isn't. It was there's a term for it, and I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what it is, but they went that direction with telling the second iteration of the Captain America movie.
It had a whole Metal Gear stealth thing going for it.
Yeah, it really did because of the whole hover carriers, right? Helicarriers, whatever they called them.
Yep.
But it's you can change your way of storytelling, and you can make it interesting for the espionage type lover, those Tom Clancy novels. Those type of things where you really don't know exactly what's going on. You have to watch the whole movie, and then finally at the end, it all unravels. You can do that with a Star Wars movie. And I think what we saw with Mandalorian was the genesis of something like that, because now you're able to tell a series of stories, and you're able to...
Well, that's taking it from like a Western perspective. You have like the whole Wild
Right,
West thing
right.
going on with me.
Right, it's a whole different genre.
I think the closest we've seen with the troop stuff from a trooper's perspective, or like an impossible mission like war scenario, with the closest we got to that was like Rogue One.
Yeah.
But we all I mean, who didn't like Rogue One? I love Rogue One. Everybody loved that.
But why did you love Rogue One? Why?
I loved Rogue One because it was different.
It was different.
Which is what we're talking about. Rogue One, there were no lightsabers anywhere. Closest thing we got to a lightsaber was that fossil of a Jedi statue that was holding his lightsaber. That's about as close as we got.
Mm-hmm.
It was all from that trooper up against the wall. There's 300 of us and 1,000,000 of them type scenario. Just the mission that you were not going to come back from.
Right.
And that's about the closest movie in Star Wars that we got to a scenario such as that.
And let's remember, it's called Star Wars, right? So there are wars, right? And there has to be some sort of militaristic aspect to that. It can't just be
Absolutely.
it just can't be a group of highly trained individuals with specialized weapons that win the entire war. It's
exactly.
It's not done that way. And there's stories.
You need to have that perspective from, I mean, let's call it what it is, the grunt. There were grunts out there that did the grunt fighting, and you got to have that perspective, and we haven't had much of it other than maybe Rogue One or clips that we see the Rogue pilots in the Yavin battle or the Death Star 2 battle, the pilots' interaction with each other via the comm chatter. I mean, that's really about as close as we get.
Yeah,
so
and
it seemed like
you
a
can
series
you
of
can
movies.
dig. You can keep digging and digging and digging and digging, and you can just see to the lowest private, what their perspective on this entire big war is. Because with the original trilogy, we saw it from a perspective of Luke Skywalker and the Emperor, from the very highest echelons of this conflict, and then you move around to the prequels, and then you're still kind of following the genesis of the conflict. But my problem with the sequels, and we've talked about this from time to time, is that we don't know exactly what's going on at the end. I know Lucas tried, right, to have everything focused around the Clone Wars, but I still had a hard time following it. Maybe it's because I'm dumb. I don't know. Maybe. But I had a hard time believing that the Clone Wars was the central plot point of this. The original trilogy, I knew that it was the rebellion trying to take down the Republic. Here, I can't see the Republic.
I gotta disagree.
Do you,
I gotta disagree.
okay. Let's go for it.
The central plot line of the original trilogy, boy, we are way off the VR stuff
Yeah,
right now,
we are.
but that's all right.
Hey,
But
what's a mud skull, real quick?
from a mud trooper?
Is that what they are?
Is that coming from our friend? Is that coming from our friend, the Dark Knight?
That's coming from the Dark Knight '66 movie of troopers in the trenches, raw, ugly, dirty. Oh man.
Because you had the mud troopers that were in Solo.
Okay. Oh,
So
right.
I'm wondering if a mud skull has something to do with that.
Yeah, the Dark Knight '66. They're man, he's
lining it up.
He's on it. Yeah,
He's on
it. He's on it. But yeah, I'm sorry I cut you off there, but Carrie, I want to hear your perspective.
I have to hone this in on the original trilogy. If you're talking about a focal point plot of the original trilogy, it was not the rebellion taking over the Empire. The original trilogy was about one man, and that's Anakin Skywalker. If you think about it, episodes 1 through 6 were about one man, Anakin Skywalker.
Right, the tragedy of Darth Vader.
Yeah, so that to me is the central plot line of the original trilogy, not really rebellion versus Empire. I can't go with that.
Cool.
It's about
what the hell are these last 3 movies then?
Well, these last 3 movies are still about
It's about Kylo. It's about Kylo Ren. It's about Kylo Ren.
It's Kylo Ren finally finding love.
Yeah, it is. I mean, as as much as it wasn't really done in a way that I would agree, but I'm not a filmmaker. I'm not a storyteller. I don't know. I just know what I like as far as stories go. I believe that this was all about Kylo Ren. I don't think it was about Rey. I don't think it was about Finn. I don't think it was about anything other than just Kylo Ren, Ben Solo.
I can tell you right now, you and Dark Knight are going to be 2 peas in a pod. I can tell you right now.
Good. A Star Wars fan true to my heart. So I'd really hope that the Dark Knight '66 can maybe be one of our first guests on the show. We've been talking about that. We would like to have guests.
Oh, we want people to come on. Yeah, we want folks to come on.
Yeah, we would love it.
To wrap up the VR deal,
let's wrap that up. Sorry. Yeah.
We're fine. Just VR coming to the High Republic. There's just so much you can do. Just 360 Connect really just scratched the surface with Star Wars Connect. It just scratched it. Mm-hmm. And then with what they're doing with Oculus and what you can do with the VR and then you're coming into some new hardware coming into this holiday. You have the PS5 coming up, and then you've got, what are they calling the new Xbox?
Oh my God. I was just looking at this. Xbox One 12? I don't know.
I don't know. It's not that. It was some other crazy name, but I mean, you got new hardware coming that can really just
Xbox Series.
It can up the ante.
Xbox Series X.
See, that's just stupid. Okay, well, you know what? That's a whole other thing in itself. But you've got this new hardware coming up that can just up the ante.
That's really
how is that a great name?
I know I'm being facetious. It's super hard.
Oh, okay.
Xbox Series X.
Okay.
Whatever, I mean, Bill.
We're talking about VR atmosphere. I mean, imagine being VR in the Jedi Temple. Imagine being VR using the Jedi Temple's resources to find information at the height of its power. That is some awesome stuff. Yeah, that'd be really cool. A Padawan training in the Jedi Temple using the training facilities. It goes on and on. I mean,
I wouldn't want to be a Padawan in Episode 3, buddy.
Well, no, definitely. You don't want to be you really don't want to be a Jedi in Episode 3 at all. But
no.
From a High Republic standpoint, you're good. You're good in a High Republic standpoint.
Yeah. It was a long time ago in a galaxy far away.
Very nice.
I can throw some of my puns in there, so that's good.
Shameless plug for Star Wars here. Okay, yeah.
Shameless plug. I mean, I really don't know why we would mention any kind of Star Wars puns on a Star
Wars
show.
Fetts or off show? Are you crazy?
That's so weird.
No,
The only thing we should be talking about is chicken nuggies and Jar Jar Binks. If I had it my way, that's what we would be doing. But
I'll walk out.
yeah, but
I'll walk out if
somebody don't agree.
I'll walk.
So,
No, no.
so well,
Coming up, I'm excited.
so okay, cool. So High Republic VR, most likely on the new hardware, the new PS5, the Xbox One Series X, that's going to be coming out this holiday season, which GameStop is banking on, and they will ultimately fail because that company is going down faster than the Titanic. So
Don't be so mean. Come on.
I'm sorry,
Don't
man.
be so.
I'm not being mean. It's just I'm looking at it from a business perspective, man. Oh man, I mean, I know what they're doing, but they can't maintain. My God, they got 5,000 stores, man. That's a high overhead. There's really no way that they're going to be able to maintain all those stores with all those managers and all those employees.
I just want to say, from a consumer of GameStop, that they really have helped the collector out, because they enable you to pre-order on Black Series, and that's something that not a lot of folks can do.
Well, because pre-ordering is their big thing. It really is.
Well, but being able to pre-order on a Black Series figure, I mean, let's be real. You've got these dudes out there that are. It goes beyond hoarder. I don't even know. I mean, you could come up with the term scalper. You could come up with the term. What I mean, think of something else for scalper. But I mean that's really what it comes down to. These dudes go out there and
criminal.
I mean, they go and they wipe the stuff out, then they flip it for who knows what.
Right.
By being able to pre-order it, we can get ahead on that. So I hope that at least some GameStop stick around, and particularly the one that I use. God forbid that one goes away.
Now, you know GameStop's other store that they have, Think Geek. You've heard of that, right?
Oh yeah. I've seen Think Geek.
Do they do the same thing?
Yeah, they do the pre-order thing, but I'd rather do it at GameStop.
Well, I mean, they're both the same company. They're both
right. They're the same company, but I'd rather do it at GameStop.
Well, I mean,
because I'm being stubborn.
Well,
I'm being stubborn.
Hopefully, can stick around in some way, shape, or form. I don't see it, but hopefully they can. They weren't able to find a buyer last year, but you know.
Hey, maybe Jar Jar will walk in there and just fix everything. So
now you're talking, because Jar Jar is our Lord and Savior, and he can fix and cure anything, to include coronavirus.
Lord, it's blasphemer!
I'm going to be the cult of Jar Jar, and I will be the first member and founding member. It'll be fantastic.
I'm gonna go Monty Python. I'm gonna go Monty Python on you, man. Blasphemer!
Now we're really showing our age, man. What's up? Why are we trying to tell everybody that we're over 40 years old? I'm almost there, but not quite. But okay, so we spent some time talking about some really good subjects. But you know, we're gonna go ahead and the Dark Knight 66 hashtag justice for Jar Jar, and we're gonna
put a hashtag on it. It's over.
Yeah, we're gonna make it into something. So it's a thing now, Brian. You're just gonna have to deal with it, buddy. I love you, but you got to deal with it.
Can't believe it.
But dude, let's talk some Clone Wars, man. Let's talk some Clone Wars episode 3.
Let's talk episode 3 Clone Wars.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that.
I mean, we found a little bit more with Echo, right?
Yes.
There's really, it looks like there's some deep stuff going on there. You got really a whole deeper sense of the entire just angst that he's dealing with having been morphed into this. I mean, I don't want to call it thing, but this thing that he is. We saw a lot more of what the war is doing to different planets and different species out there. You saw the species of the winged creatures that they were on using those. You saw them. You brought the war here. Why did you do it? So you saw more of that tension, but now we're left to where is this all really going with Echo, and where is this? We're heading into episode 4, almost the midpoint, because I believe there's 7 or 8 of these, so we're heading about to the midsection of this right now, getting down to the nitty gritty. Plus, I've also heard some juicy stuff that Clone Wars season 7 is going to give us a whole deeper perspective on Order 66.
And that's
So,
what I want, man. That's what I
so is
need.
Echo going to fit into that? Is Echo going to fit into this deal with Order 66?
Yeah.
I mean, when I saw the deal that it's going to go into Order 66 deeper, I'm going to say from the start right now that I always felt I didn't get anywhere near enough Order 66 in Episode 3.
No.
Not near.
No.
I felt it was almost over as soon as it started, and that wasn't enough for me.
No. And, you know, what I was hoping, right, is in Episode 3 is that we were going to see some real background as to the Jedi Purge. We've heard about it here and there.
That's what I've been.
Yeah, we were hearing about it. And hey, man, check this out, dude, real quick. Fulcrum 50. He's got
what?
Yeah, he's got some intel for us. So we got a transmission, Fulcrum 50. You were cleared hot to send transmission. So
we welcome Fulcrum 50 with more. You know, he's been dropping in some stuff the last few episodes.
Yeah, it's really cool. You know,
popping up out of nowhere.
Yeah, I really like how we're getting some of this intel from some of our viewers, and
I love it.
Yeah, how they're able just to come in and drop us some good intel because this is great, man. That's what all Fetts are off are all about. I mean, it's open. It's a big discussion. That's what we're talking about.
If you know wars, come on in and just drop the Wars knowledge you got. We'll take it.
Yeah, and even if it's not about Star Wars, we'll throw a Star Wars spin into it. We could totally do that. It's super easy. There's a lot of material. I mean, look at that. Look, how in the world do you take Chicken McNuggets and you tie that into Star Wars? The only way you do that is with Baby Yoda. And here we are. All right, March 31st, you're going to see me inhale a bunch of disgusting food. No, it's not disgusting. They're really the best things in the world. Oh my God.
And a large fry.
Yeah, and a large fry. Oh my God,
and
that and Velveeta macaroni, shells and cheese. Oh, they're so good.
But you know, Order 66 thing. I mean, they're talking that we're going to get a lot deeper emotion from what happened with the clone troops and the Jedi. Mm-hmm. Now we know Ahsoka is going to make it. She ends up in Rebels. Mm-hmm. There's no question in our mind that there's going to be Jedi that survive this. I mean, Obi-Wan will survive, Yoda will survive, Ahsoka will survive, Kanan has already been shown as a Padawan in the Clone Wars season 7 trailer. We know that Kanan will come out of this. Mm-hmm. So hold on, I kind of got discombobulated on my screen. I got so excited, man. I couldn't.
No, that's
there. We go.
That's cool, man. We pick you up loud and clear. You're good here. Yeah.
So I got so verklempt that I had to.
I see that, man. But that's all right, man. Yeah. We all have our passions, and this is ours. You know?
But we know that they're gonna come out of this. So
yes.
You know, and the fact that they showed Kanan as a Padawan, that's like totally cool. Yeah. He was really a beloved character from Rebels, so to see him as a Padawan learner, we know that we're going to see that at some point on some level because they sneaked him into the teaser.
Yeah, and we have to. I mean, well, you don't really have to do that, but this is kind of like fan service type stuff, you know. And I talk about fan service a lot because there's just a lot to be had. You know, in Clone Wars, we are going to see that. I think we really are going to see a lot more of the Order 66, and we even talked about this. I think the first or second episode we talked about Order 66 and how deep and emotional it really can be, and how it can go into the mindset of not only the clone troopers, but what is actually happening on this massive grand scale to eliminate the High Order of the Jedi. And how it really turns the tables on who they are. So,
how did you feel about Echo letting them all know that he was able to assimilate all that data? That when he was tied into the banking plan computer,
it was believable. I mean, I feel like I've seen it before. You know, watching this episode was it was almost predictable. It's good because it ties in the effect that this Clone War has on the normal populace, right? And how they don't want to see the war in their home, but nonetheless they're involved in it. It's bloody, it's intimate, and it's not what they want, but they are involved. So seeing Echo being able to say, okay, well, they were tied into me, but I was also tied into them. I mean, that really makes a whole lot of sense. It really does. And I think, it not happening doesn't really make for a good plot and what can happen in the future. But what you also speculate is in later episodes is that Echo still may have a little something in there. That could decimate their plans, because
Oh yeah,
he was tied in.
no,
And
it,
they could have inserted any kind of suggestive things that they wanted into him.
well, and going back to the Republic, now he has knowledge on the banking clan and the droid armies.
Mm-hmm.
He's got all that intel stuck up there somewhere.
Yeah.
Is-
And
But
the Dark Knight 66. I mean, they think that the third episode was better than the second.
it was. It was. I think in the last show, I kind of touched on how I thought the second episode wasn't exactly up to par with the first. And I touched on the fact that you're going to have some of those episodes in there that aren't going to give you the bang for your buck all the time, because you have to save those episodes for the final 3 to 4.
Right,
You have to.
you do. But what we saw in episode 2, right, is we saw tactics. We actually saw military tactics, right?
We did,
Military in terms of Clone Wars, and you see that, and for someone like me, it's cool, it's interesting. It's like, wow, okay, they're actually kind of getting into the nitty gritty about this, and it's important for the writers, for people to understand this, and I think it is. I think that the second episode was necessary. It told us what it needed to tell us, but it was also fun. It was fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
And I think the third episode, in contrast to the second, it tells us more of a deeper story, and it tells us a little bit more of the background and what we can expect later on.
You see more of that reunion between Rex and Echo, and you see more of that emotion between the two of them building back.
Mm-hmm.
And it almost gives you a foreshadowing, man. For the fact that Filoni and the folks have pretty much let the cat out of the bag, that this is going to overlap with episode 3, and that we know that we're going to get some really tense stuff delving deeper on Order 66. It's almost like something is foreshadowing between Rex and Echo that something's really tragically dramatic is going to happen with that, going into that setting.
Yeah,
we know that Rex stayed true to the Republic and the Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
He did not follow Order 66. We know this because of Rebels.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Commander Wolf were one of the few clone troops that rebelled against Order 66.
Right. And, this is kind of why, because, we don't really hear much about, the Bad Batch,
No, this is the first time we're hearing about it.
Yeah, this is the first time we're hearing about it. And, the Dark Knight 66 thinks that, there could be a movie. Absolutely.
That would be fine.
I would,
Amen.
I would be fine with an entire series of, because you have a completely different set of individuals, right? With all of their own characteristics, right, in this group, right? And they all have their own specialties, and it would just be so fun to watch. Hell, just like their own series. Give them a movie. Give them something.
Well, it touches on that movie that he talked about earlier in our earlier segments about wanting to do movies a focal point that's on the troops. That would be a perfect opportunity to do it with stuff like this.
Yeah, and I think Clone Wars is kind of doing that, but you have a lot of,
but not on not on a big
No, no,
feature
no, no,
length scale.
not on a
If you were
big.
to do it live action, oh man, forget about it.
Yeah, like not like on a very big scale, because you have the Jedi are involved in this. Mace Windu, Anakin Skywalker,
Yes, absolutely.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. They're all involved in this. But think about it. Think about it if you're talking about from the perspective of like a private, right? You're just following orders.
Exactly.
You're doing what you're told. You're going out there, right? And you hear about these legends. Oh my God, General Kenobi. Kind of like how Marines would view General Mattis.
Right. Precisely.
We viewed him as legendary, right? As this brilliant combat general that could take on anybody and anything, and to just simply see him, right? It's just like, oh my God, that's my career. That's the Marine Corps right there. I met General Mattis, which I never had the pleasure of doing, but imagine it from that perspective, from my perspective, to see someone like that, like holy cow, this is General Kenobi. I've had the pleasure of serving under and for General Kelly, the former White House Chief of Staff, twice. But that's that's as close as I've gotten to that sort of I guess large scale encounter with anybody in the Marine Corps. Anyways, I haven't even met the commandant in my entire career, but it's really cool to think about that kind of perspective and really tell that story so people can see it, even though this is just a Star Wars movie. Yeah, but if you think about it, there's a lot of realism in this. There's a lot of just young kids going out there, and then they're understanding and they're seeing the lore of the Jedi and the generals that are involved in that. You always hear about it, but you never really see it. Like, oh my God.
And that's really, and for the ones that have heard about it, that are now seeing it, the other flip side to that are ones that are discovering it for the first time. Ever. Brand new fans that are just learning about everything from the ground up for the first time.
Yeah.
That's twice as exciting.
The Dark Knight 66, it is absolutely my pleasure, and thank you. Dark Knight 66, thank me for my service. Always a pleasure.
Oh.
Not everybody can do it, and I understand that, and I have been very fortunate that I've been able to do it. So, my pleasure. But thank you. Thank you very much. I really like talking about this because it brings sort of a real-world perspective to a universe and a story that I love dearly and I enjoy following and I love talking to you about. And to think about some of these things that you can tell people and talk about, it's almost like telling a part of my small story. And it's war, and the old adage is war is hell, and it's very much true. And you're seeing this here, man. It's so cool because you're really seeing this as not just this awesome, grandiose storytelling experience of the Jedi and these epic battles, but it's the smaller battles that are taking place at the same time. And we forget about that. And we forget about it because it's not really emphasized.
It's not emphasized in any of the films. You have to dig into these smaller story arcs to get there.
Now, it's one of the few things that I really, really, really agree with that Disney is going with. Now, this was Lucas's idea. He felt that he had seasons upon seasons upon seasons for Clone Wars to go on and on and on and on and on. And here we are at the 7th season, way later on down the road, and you are not running out of material. There is no way in hell you are running out of material for this. You were just not.
No.
So it's cool to see. I'm excited about it. We've spent a lot of time on it. We still got 2 more topics, and we got a half hour. Let's talk about Mandalorian Season 2 wrapping.
So it appears that Gina Carano has done a little tweeting.
A little bit?
And, just a few. But it seems like some of her tweets, and there she is right there, that she tweeted from the set of Mando Season 2 that it's pretty much a wrap. Now, some fans have speculated, based on the language of some of her tweets, that they're speculating that this could be her final season. So that would be, I think, given how the relationship is building between herself and the Din Djarin character, I think that would be pretty emotionally riveting, depending on how that would happen. I mean, we've already lost IG-11. We've had some tragic character losses on the show already. So, depending on how they're planning that for her, whether it's an exit or whether it's something else, I think that stands to reason that would definitely jar some emotions from most of the fans of the show right now already.
Well, we're not seeing. I mean, and tell me if I'm wrong, and I could be. If we're not really seeing a love interest for the Mandalorian at this point. I don't really see them as kind of like a couple type thing. I mean, anything could happen, but I'm seeing them more as like as real partners and battle buddies in war. I mean, I guess it could happen, but I mean, I'm not seeing her as a love interest for
not yet.
Pascal.
Not yet. It's definitely a respect thing between the two of them for right now. But either way, even if it were to stay that way, her exit would be emotionally riveting on some level. If it were to happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Can't speculate right now.
Oh yeah. She had a very large part in this first season, and taking her out of it is going to be really, really tough. So
if it were to go down.
Yeah, if it were to go down. But the good news that we can take from this tweet is that they're done.
Yeah, is that they're done and that they're on schedule, which is good. That would still put it in the fall of October. I guess the virus scare hasn't slowed down production on that side of things.
Oh, God.
So
all right, yeah. The Bud Light virus, I got it. With the Mandalorian season 2, we're expecting what, October? Is that what you said?
October. Fall starting around October.
Yes, so here we are, almost in mid-March, and they have a lot of time for post-production and things like that. So, by the way, unfortunately, the Fulcrum 50 believes that our communication is being monitored or jammed.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that why he can't come? I mean, I thought he was going to drop something on us. What's going on?
I don't know. Maybe it's being jammed.
Oh. Jammed at the source?
Jammed.
No.
Strawberry.
Oh, no, don't do it.
Strawberry. Oh, I hate strawberry.
Oh, I hate strawberry.
Lone Star. Man, we cannot go through this show without doing some sort of Spaceball reference, man.
Oh, I'm telling you.
God.
I'm telling you.
Oh man, what was his name? Michael Winslow, right? That's the name of the actor who was the space.
Who did all the noises and stuff for the radar?
It's so funny. You don't need that. You don't need that private right here. I lost the leaps, I lost the creeps, and I lost the sweeps. The what? The what?
What?
The
What?
The bleeps. The sweeps. And the creeps. Oh my God. How do I remember all that?
Oh. And of course, there's a whole bunch of other stuff we could quote, but we can't quote it on here.
We can quote it. We're gonna give credit to Mel Brooks and all his genius.
Can't quote some of the stuff on here. Not all of it.
No, not my favorite part. I'll send it to you in a text. It'll be great.
I already know what your favorite part is. They're calling me the desert.
We ain't found.
Hey.
I'm not saying it. You know what? We're being family friendly, but you know what? Our viewers don't have to. They're hooking it up.
So Fulcrum 50, if you're listening, you've got till 8:30. We're 90 minutes on this thing, so you got till 8:30
9:30
to
Central.
lower the boom, buddy.
I'm sorry, 9:30 Eastern.
Because 9:30 Eastern, 7:30 Central. You've got to those two time frames to lower the boom, my friend. Because at that point we're done for the night. So.
Well, you're done for the night. I'm probably up for another couple of hours.
Is that right?
But yeah, man. All right. So outside of Spaceballs and outside of the Falcon 50, about to drop some news on us. Man, I'm excited about Mandalorian season 2, man.
Oh, just great stuff. We got the Darksaber coming with that. We got more stuff coming with Moff Gideon coming with that. I mean,
yeah,
dude.
And we talked about we've already speculated, ad nauseum what we think is going to happen in season 2, but I'm just really excited to see it. It's really cool. I think it's better that they don't just drop every episode at once like they do on Netflix.
No, I love this. I love this non-binging concept. I love it. I know Netflix faithfuls out there think it's horrible, and they're all Netflix dudes are out there ready to throw a rebellion on the whole thing. Oh, we can't binge it. That's awful. Come on.
You're
trying to tell me that you don't want to be held in that little bit of suspense. I mean, I know I do. It gives me something to look forward to the next week.
Right. It does make it fun. It really does make it fun.
Yeah.
Because look at us. I mean, we're having to wait every week to go over Clone Wars. I mean, that's not a bad thing, right? What is a bad thing?
Especially for a show like us.
Right, for a show like us, right? Which is a strong following
we don't want you
of 5 people watching,
no
which is
binging.
awesome.
No binging.
no binging. And this is why, right? Because we have something to look forward to. We can talk about it every week. And you can go back after everything is done and released, and you can binge it then. That's fine. I'm totally cool with that. Now, Castlevania...
If really all about binging, wait till it's all done and then go binge it.
Yeah, and
get your fix out.
And go crazy. So, so the Dark Knight 66 agrees. They love that there's a new episode every week. They love it, And,
it's a great concept.
And I'll give you a perfect example. Castlevania Season 3 on Netflix. Love the whole series. Huge fan of Castlevania. Love the video games. The story is great. The animation is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, you gotta see it.
The animation.
I watched the entire season 3 in like 2 days, and I'm like, now, what the hell do I do now?
Having withdrawals? Having Castlevania withdrawals?
Yeah, I'm having Castlevania withdrawals because it's such a good story, and now, I mean, like, it's done. I mean, it's okay, it's fine, but I think the way that Disney is doing this now, it makes it great for guys like us, and we can go in and we can have a show and we can talk about it.
I think Trevor's whiny.
I know, but it's funny. It's really funny.
Trevor Belmont's whiny. For a vampire killer, the guy's pretty whiny,
He just wants beer all the time. There's nothing wrong with that.
Whiny.
That's okay. I mean, most guys who want beer all the time are whiny.
Okay. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, he's a stealthily skilled vampire killer.
Yeah, with the Morningstar whip, man. It's crazy.
It's whiny.
So real quick, let's take these last 5 minutes. Do we see a season 3? How far along do we see Mandalorian?
Oh, I think they've already said it's going 5 at least. I believe that the word's been out that it's going to go no less than 5. So we're talking at least another 3 seasons of material for The Mandalorian, which is, I mean, bring it on. I mean, you want to do 10 seasons? Do 10. You want to do 15 or 20 seasons? Go for it. I'm fine. We can evolve this thing to who knows what, and I'll be just as content. Whether all the seasons involve Din Djarin and Baby Yoda, that's another story. But no reason that you can't have the Mandalorian evolve into all kinds of different stuff as seasons progress. So, season 4, season 5, season 3, season 11, season 560. Just do it. I'm I'm completely content with everything they're doing with that project right now.
Yeah, and so am I. I really hope that we can see some more of not just so much Baby Yoda, but that species and where they come from, and why they're so force sensitive. Because I mean, really, there was three that we've seen so far, right? There was Yoda, there was Yaddle, right? Yaddle,
Yep, Yaddle.
Yaddle.
That was on the Jedi Council. Yep.
Right, Jedi Council, and then there's of course Baby Yoda or the child, But we're just
The
gonna
child.
we're calling it.
The child.
I'm calling him Baby Yoda. He's Baby Yoda to me. So
Just call him Chicky Nuggies.
Chicky Nuggy Baby Yoda. So
We have another visitor, I think.
Yeah. So Dreamy for Escape says no. No, I hate that. I hate series that never end and they just keep filling with crap and make episodes. I think she's talking about the
Grey's Anatomy. It sounds like Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy. Oh, the ABC show that's still on.
Yeah. Yes. Can you believe it?
Really?
Yes.
How long has that
It's
been
not.
on the air? How long has that damn thing been on the air?
I don't know. Since Dirt, it's ridiculous. They got to finish that thing already. You know what? Maybe they'll do an episode on how the coronavirus wrecked it up.
March 27th, 2005?
I'm telling you.
355 episodes?
How long was Cheers? That's 15 years. How long was Cheers on the air?
Yeah, but Cheers was a
That's
comedy.
ridiculous.
Cheers was a comedy. You can go on forever with that thing. Look at The Simpsons. I mean, Grey's Anatomy, really? It has that big of a following?
That's ridiculous. Well, hey, if they do 15 years of The Mandalorian, cheers!
Cheers! Where everybody knows your name. Hey, Mando. All right, so,
Carl Weathers is the bomb. Carl Weathers is the bomb. I'm just throwing it out there.
Action Jackson? Hell yeah! You kidding me? It's my, oh, man. Him and Billy D. Williams have got to be my hands down my favorite 80s actors. Hands down, they got to be. Action Jackson and Apollo Creed. My God, it's just so awesome. I can't get.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we can have Lando meet Carl Weathers' character somehow.
My God, it's my dream.
Oh my gosh, dude! If they were to do that, I would watch that episode over and over.
Oh my God!
Oh my God! That would be like the most awesome conversation.
My eyes are lighting up. Oh man! All right.
Are you verklempt? Are you verklempt?
I just got verklempt. I'm getting the vapors. I'm getting the vapors.
I got my.
Oh man!
Wow.
Man crush. Billy D. Williams and Carl Weathers. All right, we won't talk about that anymore. Okay, so we have one more topic I want to get to before we're done here.
Yep.
So the novelizations, right?
This is huge. Yeah, this is going to spill a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah,
this is going to spill a lot of stuff.
It's called Bud Light Platinum. The novelization is going to confirm, right? This is the Rise of Skywalker. Is going to confirm that Rey's
Skywalker novelization.
The novelization is going to confirm that Rey's father
clones.
Is a failed clone. Well, if he reproduced, that's not much of a failure.
Well, I think that depends. But leaving that aside, I think the more interesting aspect of this is they already dropped the bomb that Palpatine did not resurrect, that Palpatine was a clone.
Okay, Palpatine's a clone.
We discussed that in last week.
Okay.
That was the first revelation from the Tros novelization.
Okay.
Now, the second one that they're dropping, and this got confirmed also by Ian McDiarmid, is that Rey's father is a defective clone, Palpatine clone. So,
Oh,
Here's
so
where I
okay. Go ahead.
see where I'm going with
Okay.
this thing.
Yeah.
So this makes things really interesting, right? Because how did Palpatine refer to Rey? He said, "My granddaughter has returned home."
Mm-hmm.
You recall that line?
Yeah.
So here's my question.
Okay.
Since we now know, as part of canon, that Rey's father is a defect clone,
Okay.
a defect attempted clone of Palpatine,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't exactly make Rey. That doesn't exactly make him like that doesn't exactly make him an offspring of Palpatine, does it?
It's like her daughter. If it's a
Well,
clone,
I mean,
it'd be
but
like
as far as his relationship to Palpatine, his it doesn't make him Palpatine's son, does it?
no, it's a Palpatine's equal
Clone, well, defect
clone,
clone,
defect clone.
because
So
no one's
so
gonna
so
no one's gonna say that Boba Fett was Jango Fett's son. They're gonna say he was his adopted son as a clone, right?
right.
Okay,
So
so
Palpatine.
no genetics
So
other than the cloning.
Palpatine didn't have sex then.
Well, we don't. I don't. I mean, okay, that's a whole
I
other
mean,
conversation, man.
maybe he did,
Maybe he
but it
did.
didn't produce. It didn't produce a baby, right?
It would appear that way.
Because in meme culture, right, which I'm very very fluent and involved in, that was the big question. So are we saying that Palpatine he gets down?
I mean, it got asked, right? I mean, because when we left the movie, he refers to Rey as his granddaughter. We
Yeah.
find out. We find out. I mean, Kylo tells Rey that she's a Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
So we immediately start connecting the dots. I mean, if she's his granddaughter, we immediately recognize that one of her parents was a Palpatine offspring, either the mother or the father.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only thing that makes sense, right?
Sure.
So at the time. So
Yeah.
now we get this news that the father is a defect clone. It kind of wrecks the grandparent situation in a sense.
Yeah.
She could be an adopted granddaughter, but I don't know if she could be a direct granddaughter because it's
Who's writing this novelization? Who's the author of this?
the question. But what I can tell you is that the novelizations always go way deeper than the movies.
Well, I mean, because they can. They
Right.
Yeah. Ray Carson.
Ray Carson.
Ray Carson. I'm not familiar with Ray Carson. Probably because I don't read a whole lot because I'm a dum dum. But I'll look more into this and I'll bring some more into the next show because I'm really interested in that and who the author is and what.
Well, I mean, it definitely puts a spin on the whole dynamic that we were given from the movie. It completely spins it around. There's no question of that.
But it's believable because I mean you saw all of his other failed clones.
It's absolutely believable. You saw the failed Snow clone. You saw all the cloning equipment around there. You had the creepy hoodie guys that took your hood from you and borrowed it. And then
Sith Eternal.
Okay, so they got a name.
Sith Eternal. Yeah,
so I mean,
that's I mean, it is interesting. I really do want to read this novelization because I think it's going to shed a whole lot. Now, this novelization is going to be part of the canon, right?
It's canon.
It's going to be canon, so
Canon.
it's going to shed some light. I mean, I have a lot of questions. Yeah, Rise of Skywalker was fun to watch. I had more fun with it than Last Jedi, which we all know that I hated and I think should be erased from the face of history on this earth. But,
well, they practically did that, didn't they? I mean, if we want to get into, they practically did erase Episode 8.
Good.
You could go from 7 to 9 with no problem.
It might as well have never happened. I'm cool. I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that.
Hater.
Yeah.
Hater.
Hey, yeah, I'm a hater. Yeah, I'm a hater. I eat hater tots. I drink haterade. All that stuff, man.
Hater nuggies.
Hater nuggies. And you know what? So speaking of which, right? So we got 15 minutes. I want to talk a little bit more about what we got.
So we're gonna wrap up.
Yeah,
okay,
we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna talk a little bit more about our big event on the 31st. And when I say
the event, we got 2 events. Really, there's 2 events if you think about it.
Right.
They're the same time, but it's 2 events.
Right. Well, real quick, so we can finish this. The Dark Knight 66 it says, "Why are we making it complicated? Rey is Palpatine is a Palpatine at the end of the day."
That's true.
That's
Yes,
very
she's got
true.
Palpatine
That's
DNA.
very true.
But the granddaughter thing, I mean, I'm just throwing it out there now that we know that the father's a defect clone. That's all I'm saying.
Brian's big on labels, so that's okay.
DNA. That's without question. That's without question.
Yeah, that's without question. And we'll find out more when is this novelization dropping, Brian? I'm sorry, I didn't even look at that. Do we know when this is dropping?
You're close to the time of the digital release, if I'm not mistaken.
Target has it already up.
Oh, wow.
And they have it for the 17th.
I told you.
Yep, 17th.
That's the day of the digital release.
Yep, digital release day, which is also the Florida primaries. So,
how exciting!
I know, so exciting. We're not going to get political.
No, not here. Not here.
But we're going to go into our March 31st event, which is big for you and me, and hopefully big for our 6 viewers that we have out there. The only reason I'm super excited about this is not so much that we're doing a show and that, we want a whole lot of people to watch, which we do, but what I'm really, really excited about is to spend eating chicken nuggets. Well, that's not the first thing. The first thing is being online, watching you go out there, having a good time, talking to some people, getting some Star Wars swag, and then just doing a chicken nugget challenge just to kind of put the icing on the cake, man. I mean, it's going to be a delicious and fun day for me, and I hope it is for you. But and the 6 viewers that we have right now, I hope they're able to kind of chime in. And anybody else that's out there on Twitch that isn't doing anything on a Tuesday afternoon or morning through afternoon can check us out. And if not, we're gonna post this whole thing on YouTube afterwards.
So for the viewing public, right? So for those who haven't really experienced the video release of a major Star Wars flick, if you go back to 2015, what they started doing is there's an exclusive for everything, for every retailer, not just one. It used to be that there was just one exclusive, and that made it real simple, and you would just go to that one, and you would just get that one exclusive, and that was the cap of your spending. That's all you had to worry about. Now, all the other retailers said, wait a minute, we can do this too. We can come up with something that's just ours, and we can come have them get ours. So now you've got exclusives, not just at Disney, but they're at Target. There's an exclusive at Best Buy, and there's an exclusive at Walmart. So if you're hardcore, more than likely you're going to go get them all. Now, what I will say for myself is I've only gotten the Walmart exclusive on one release, and that was the Rogue One release. Because that exclusive had a very nice packaging with K2SO. K2SO actually flipped out. It was pretty cool. I did end up dipping into that one for Walmart. But all the other ones, I've just stick with the trifecta. I've only done Disney, Best Buy, and Target. Because they have the 3 top exclusives that are out there. Disney gives you 4 free lithographs with your order. Then Target gives you the 4K disc plus the Blu-ray disc plus your digital code plus a booklet on theirs. That's Target's. Then Best Buy has their Steelbook, which gives you the 4K, the Blu-ray, your digital copy, and a very nice, sleek, styling Steelbook.
That's very nice.
Could I have added another S in there? Did I miss an S?
No, you didn't. No. That's appropriate.
I mean, sleek, sexy, styling Steelbook.
Yeah, exactly, man. So Dark Knight 66 said, hey, man, you're not hardcore unless you live hardcore. Sounds to me you're living hardcore, man. That's what it sounds like to me.
I think I get pretty close.
Yeah, man.
I think I get pretty close.
Yeah, man. It's a beautiful collection. And you know what?
My two friends think I get pretty close.
Yeah, man, I think you're getting pretty close there, man. But you know what? This is great, and the reason that this is so exciting is because hopefully when you go out there, and I know that
Oh, I'm gonna go out there.
you have been in
I'm
touch
gonna
with
go out there.
you have been in touch with some people to try to get
Um,
a little bit of an exclusive with some people, right, that are close
I,
to the
I'm, I'm,
source.
I'm, I'm waiting to hear back. I've sent communication to the those three major chains.
Hmm.
I've sent communication to their public relation people, hoping that when I go, I can actually do some interacting with Best Buy and Target have associates, and Disney has cast members. But I'm hoping that I can get replies that will allow us to interact with their associates and cast members so that they can talk to us a little bit about the exclusive they have and maybe allow us to talk to some customers at the same time. Just have some fun with it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're trying to do. We want to get other people's perspective. I mean, yeah, we're two guys talking Star Wars, and we're picking topics that we like to talk about. But we really just we want to make friends doing this. You know, we want to enjoy the lore of Star Wars and meet like-minded people that enjoy it as well as much as we do. So that's kind of the reason we're all doing this. I mean, just between the two of us, and then the reason we're doing it here on the 31st, because I think it'll be fun. I think you'll meet some cool people. Hopefully, these retailers, Disney, will get back with us, and we can do a little more in depth. Just so we can show everybody that watches that's able to watch on Twitch or on YouTube later, just to kind of see how fun it can be to follow this series of Star Wars, and I think it's great, man. I'm really excited. I'm so looking forward to it. I'm gonna purge my stomach 3 days before so I can.
Purge?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, okay, purge is the wrong term. I'm gonna ensure that it has no contents in it. we'll
So,
say that.
so
So
for the viewers, what the Tuscan Toast is talking about here is while we're doing this live event for you covering the video releases, the Tuscan Toast is going to also do what we are calling the Baby Yoda Chicky Nugget Challenge on that day. And the Tuscan Toast is going to down 50, not 15. He's going to down 50 Chicky Nuggies.
Chicky nuggies.
And we've added a large fry and a large shake.
Large fry and large shake. And you know what,
And
man?
he's going to down those in one sitting during this thing.
I think. All right, and this is bold of me to say. This is very, very bold.
You're not adding something else. You're out of your mind.
I think I'm going to add
You're
something
out of your
else.
mind. Oh, you're crazy.
I'm
crazy.
I'm being a bit bold here, and
You lost it. You
I-
absolutely lost it.
I am really sure if I really persevere and I push hard and I use my Jedi instincts and training, that I can also take a box of Velveeta shells and cheese and eat that whole box along with the 50 chicken nuggies, large fries, and shake. And
Can we switch it? Can we switch it?
You want to do that first and then the 50 chicken
No,
nuggies?
no. Let's eliminate the Velveeta box. Eliminate the Velveeta box.
But that's delicious.
No.
Okay.
Add instead
100 chicken nuggies?
one triple cheese.
A triple cheeseburger?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of easy, though.
Really? Golly, you're nuts, man.
For fatso like
I tell you what.
Yeah. Okay.
Dude, you realize that you're getting up there now. You can't just shoot your cholesterol like this. You know that, right?
For one day, I got blood pressure medicine. I'm fine. I'm good. I'll be totally fine.
Oh, man. He's doing this on blood pressure meds.
I'm fine. I'm fine. I also got to look. I'm going to take a blood pressure afterwards. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. I'll be totally fine. It won't be any issue. Kendall Regional is just right down the road. It's okay. I got a cell phone. 911. It'll be all right.
I don't know if the Fulcrum 50 realizes this, but he's kind of on the clock.
Yeah? Oh
Look at
yeah,
the clock right now.
Oh yeah, we haven't heard anything. We got 5 minutes.
He's got only 5 minutes left if he's going to get something done.
We got 5 minutos.
I do have a question for the Dark Knight, however.
They're listening.
So, Dark Knight, I know that you per se dabble into certain replicas. So, would you have any Star Wars replicas that you would be interested in showing off on All Fetts Are Off and speaking to it? If so, we'd love to have you on. I'm gonna leave it at that. No! No!
Right,
no Jar Jar replicas.
I'm done.
No Jar Jar replicas. I meant cool replicas. No Jar Jar replicas. I meant real cool replicas. No Jar Jar stuff. No. Don't want him speaking any of that stuff. No thanks. Boy, I'm really worried about the Fulcrum 50 here.
Whoa. Hold on. Dark Knight 66 has a life-size Jar Jar Binks?
No.
Yes. Oh,
no.
Just kidding. Cheers.
I was scared I really was scared for my life for a little bit here. I was really scared that was going to end up on the show. Oh, man.
Sad.
Why are you sad? Oh.
They wish. You know what? Hey, you know those fat heads that they have? They're called fat heads. You can put them on your wall.
Oh, yeah.
They got the Tom Brady's and that loser, and then all the other cool guys like Dak Prescott and everything like that, and Troy Aikman. What if you had that, right? Just you can put it as big as day on your wall of Jar Jar Binks, right? Going,
You're asking me if I would put a fat head of Jar Jar Binks?
No, wouldn't that be cool? Yes, it would be cool.
No!
I'm asking myself the question.
It wouldn't. Oh, you're asking yourself the question? Well, then fine. You're the perfect audience for it.
Yes, I am. You know what? We just got some word here from Cadle 1114. We're cutting in a little bit in and out.
No.
It may just be because of the connection. I'll work on that. Thank you. We'll work on the connection for next time. But Dark Knight 66 thinks that the Jar Jar life-size fathead would be awesome and genius.
Well, the good thing is that this will post over to YouTube as well, right? So maybe it clears up on the YouTube.
Maybe it does. I'm not quite sure. I mean, we'll throw it up there, but I'll work on the bit rate. Looks like it's kind of going up and down. Not sure exactly what's going on, but we'll work on it a little bit. We're working on this stuff.
Still a fledgling podcast a little bit. Fledgling podcast.
Yeah, we're fledgling, but we got 2 minutes, Brian. I think we had a really.
I don't think he's gonna make it.
Yeah, that's okay because
we're gonna make it.
We do this every week. We do it every week. And on special occasions, we'll do it midweek. I mean, that's a great thing about doing a Twitch show is that we can do it whenever we want to. And, we went over some really, really, really good topics, and you can see it down in our new graphic that we have up there. It looks really cool, I think. We're going to work on it. We're going to make it look a little bit better. But next week, right, we'll have another show. It's going to be on the 16th. March 16th, 2020. We'll have some
One
new topics.
day before the digital release.
One day before the digital release. We'll talk about that a little bit. I'm sure there's going to be some new news coming up, especially now that we know that Mandalorian Season 2 has completed principal photography, and we'll see where it goes from there. So, Brian, do you have any parting words for everybody out there?
Again, thanks to all who made the trip from their end of the Outer Rim to come and see us here on All Fetts Are Off. We look forward to having you back again for our 5th installment of the show. And as we leave you, may the Force be with you.
And may the Force be with you as well.
That's... You know what? There you are with your bisexual crap again. That's what that was.
I'm bisexual. It's all right. Hey, you know what?
Man,
It's
I
fun,
swear.
man. I had a great time. We had a really good show. I can't wait till next week. I think we're going to change up the graphics a little bit. We're playing around. This is all for fun. We really look forward to the March 31st event. It's going to be our first big thing, and hopefully we can do bigger things afterwards. And we kind of have that advantage of Brian, you being over there in South Texas, myself being over here in South Florida, where the Comic-Con scene is really big here. And then, you're close to Austin, and you have, certain resources out there. And, hopefully we're going to get out there and we're going to do some on-location stuff. But we're having a good time, and I think we're having fun. We're getting interactive with some of our viewers. And I think every single one of you, I thank every single one of them for that. But that's our time, man. Until next week, everybody be safe out there. Thank you for tuning in. And remember, we're here every Monday night. It's going to be at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. And whenever we have special events, we'll let you know. And check out our Twitter handles, which are down there, and our YouTube page. And that's it, man. Brian, anything else?
Yub nub.
Yub nub. Have yourself.
Yub nub.
Have a good night, man.